Kahalam la YAHAWAH Bashmiel Shah YAHAWAH Das. Double honors to the hopefully let elder apostles to be saved. Lord, want to start with the elder man at the GMS church. On down to the rest that may be out here and been out here under the same doctrine. Onward to the Akim here at this faction of this hopefully elect assembly. We're also in on what they need to do in the order. Shalom, and to the rest of the Akim doing likewise, and also to the rest of the believers as well. And on this beautiful faith of YAHAWAH Bashmiel YAHAWAH Shah. So, in this new reports of prophecy, or news reports of prophecy, or new news report of prophecy. All right, I'm gonna be pretty much going into this water, this rainfall, this flooding that's been taking place in numerous places across the globe. Places outright being flooded by water. On a biblical level. What's the word they use? A cataclysmic, I believe the word is, level. All right, and I want to get that word cataclysmic, I believe, if I'm pronouncing it. Cataclysm. That might be it. Yeah, cataclysm. Yep.
Clism.
Cataclysm. A large-scale and violent event in the natural world. A sudden violent upheaval, especially in political or social context, but its synonyms is what? Disaster, catastrophe, calamity, tragedy. That's what these events will be labeled. Events of cataclysm, right? Which they're on such a high level that we know they're the prophecies, they're the acts of God, they're the the works of who people call God and Jesus Christ. YAHAWAH Bashmiel Shah, right? Which means they're all a prophecy. When you go back to the word cataclysm, that's actually one of the synonyms. Cataclysm is the synonym to is act of God. That's how heavy it is. See that? Catastrophes. It says an instance act of God.
Of God.
An instance of uncontrollable natural forces in operation. See that? That's this, man. All right, that's these events. So look, the flooding was surely an act of God. So when we come back here, that's exactly what's been taking place. It's actually not just, acts of God is Yahweh, or AKA God, YAHAWAH Bashmiel Shah. Yahweh Shah being who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ, visiting the earth, in which he made through the command of God, or who people know as God, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, right? So the Lord told us this is what he would do. All right, this is Acts 29:6. It's like Isaiah 29:6. It says, "Thus thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah of hosts, with what? It says with thunder and with earthquake and great noise and tempest." You jump out some. And the flame of devouring fire. So thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts, YAHWAH Bashmiel Shah, with thunder and with earthquake and with great noise, and it says with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. So the Lord said he would visit this earth, which he made in the form of thunderstorms, weather, says earthquake and great noise. All right. So what I want to do You know what? Let me see if I can do this like this. Let's go here real quick. Okay, that's taking me there. 6 usually gives me all the instances. Okay, yeah. Now let's try that. 6. Bear with me. Okay, here we go. So yeah, you got all these different translations. I don't know why is it going to Salaki. Okay, Khan. So you go to Isaiah 29 and 26 in the different translations. It tells us the same thing. All right, but what I want to do now, I want to get these, because we got storm. Okay, storm. With thunder and with earthquake in the KJV 1900, it says, and great noise with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. Now let's get the word storm really quick, and then I'm gonna hit play on these videos. So you got different storms. All right, let's get the word storm.
Storm.
A violent disturbance of the atmosphere with strong winds and usually rain, thunder, lightning, or snow. So a storm could be synonyms as tempest, squall, gale. Oh yeah, that's tempest, right? So that tempest, it says hurricane, rainstorm, tropical storm, or deluge. What's a deluge? A severe flood. See that? A heavy fall of rain. So it's a flood. So when you go to these videos, that's exactly what's been going on. It says, Seol or Sheol. Let's pull it up real quick. Is in South Korea, right? So South Korea, South Korea would basically be outside of Asia, but basically Asia. Yeah, country in East Asia. See that? South Korea is a country in East Asia, which takes us to, let's just get it right here. Yeah, let's go here. All right. So we're going to go to 2nd Ezra's. In the 16th chapter, in the 1st verse. Woe unto you, further denunciations, right? Get that word, denunciation. It says, but woe unto you, Babylon and Asia. See that? And woe goes into what? Woe goes into destruction. All types of destruction. So denunciation, it says public condemnation. So the Lord has condemned these places that he's pointing out in what's known as 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter in the 1st verse, which is Babylon and Asia, Egypt and Syria, right? So all these places, they pretty much use to denote, basically the different regions or the parts of the earth, because the Babylon is the furthest Babylon, which is back spiritually, which is in America, right? So Babylon, which is America, is the furthest thing west, and Asia, which is still the same place, region, is the furthest thing east. So the Lord is going to cover the whole globe. He said, woe into all these places. But specifically, Asia said, right? Now, and then you got the Middle East right here, Egypt and Syria, right? Because, and how do we know that? Because, well, that the Lord is denoting pretty much the whole globe, the whole landmass, everybody. Because when you go to verse, and we're going to get this too. I had this actually pulled up, but I'm going to come back to it. This is verse 14. It says, Matthew started 13. For his right hand that bends the bow is strong, and his arrows that he shoots are sharp. And when they are shot to the ends of the world, they will not miss once. Calamities are sent forth, and this is in the New Revised Version. But it says, now I can get it in the KJV, but it says, calamities are sent forth and shall not return until they come over the earth. See that? So there it is. And these arrows are what? Calamities. Acts of God. Condemnation. Plagues. Right? So just as an arrow shot by a mighty archer does not return, so the calamities that are sent upon the earth shall not return. So that's it. That's exactly the times we live in right now. And we get this really quick in the KJV. Version. All right. It's going to tell you the same thing. Behold, the plagues are sent, verse 14, shall not return till they come upon the earth. It's that simple. Verse 16, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. So that's that. Now, so the Lord, he's denouncing, right? Or he's doing a public condemnation. He's publicly condemning. I'll pull it back up. Which one was it? He's publicly condemning this place. All right. What you seen, so I don't gotta get it. So public condemnation of someone or something. Exactly. So that's what you're seeing. That's why it's on the news. Asia, which is Seoul, which is the a region in Asia, right, is being publicly condemned, as the Lord said it would. So it's, and how? Through the Lord visiting it with what? With storms. See that? Isaiah 29:6. He said he was going to visit with storms. Well, and then when you read this, well, this is talking to the Israelites. Well, you got Israelites are in Asia. James 1:1 tells us that. All right? And when you go into storm take you to deluge. And deluge means what? A severe flood. And that's exactly what the Lord is doing. He got all these places that, as condemned in his book, being shown that publicly as he said he was. So let's hit play on this.
Record rainfall has flooded homes, roads, subway stations in the South Korean capital Seoul this week. At least 9 people have lost their lives. There is forecast of more rainfall. Heavy downpour on Monday and Tuesday submerged streets and buildings, trapping people in flooded apartments and cars. While the rains abated on Wednesday, they had left the city.
See, record rainfall floods Seoul this week. And that's exactly what storm goes into. It's a violent disturbance of the atmosphere with strong winds and usually rain, thunder, lightning, or snow. And when you go further into the synonyms, it says what? It's a deluge, or a what? A rainstorm, which is what hit Sheol, or so. Rainfall on such a level that it flooded, or it created a deluge. And deluge goes once again into what? Not only a severe flood, heavy fall of rain. So it comes from rain, a heavy fall of it, aka a rainstorm, which will result in what? If it's to the point where it's a deluge, it's like it's flooded. It's basically become flooded.
Forecasters say ready flooded areas could see more rainfall through Thursday, which may lead to further flooding and mudslides. Although the Korea Meteorological Administration has predicted that in the next few weeks the rainfall would gradually subside, more than 500 people have been evacuated since the heavy rainfall lashed Seoul Monday night. At least 17 people have been injured, 7 are missing. Flooding in some buildings around the affluent Gangnam district.
And I was gonna say big up to the Most High. He really keep his word though, man. It's very incredible to see. Let's get that really quick. So call halam la YAHAWAH Shmiel Shah. Call halam la YAHAWAH Shmiel Shah. Call halam la YAHAWAH Shmiel Shah. Straight up, man. The Lord is a man of his word, man. Completely. So let's go to Numbers 19 and 21. And it reads what? It says, or the other way around, Salakia. 21. 21 and 19. And it reads, it says, where are we at? Salakia, okay, where we at? All right, going through my head right now, Salakia. All right. Where are we at? 23. Oh, am I? Okay. All right, so Salakia about that. 23. So I was going to go to, but per usual. All right, so this is Numbers 23 and verse 19. The Lord making good on his word, man. God is not a man that he shall lie. Right? That's in the ESV. But let's read this right here. All right. I don't know why it's not going in the KJV. Go ahead. Read it in the NLT. God is not a man, so he does not lie. This a good one. And the HCSB. God is not a man who lies. Or, because he's a man, it says, right? Or a son of man who changes his mind. Does he speak and not act, or promise and not fulfill? So you're seeing the fulfillment of what? 2 Ezra 16, Isaiah 29 and 6. At 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter. Psalms, the 46th chapter, which we're going to get to. All right.
Great. Continued on Tuesday.
In a way, it's ironic. Gangnam is said to be the center of the economy and well developed, but it is ironic that it is so vulnerable to natural disasters.
The ministry has been providing tents, blankets, and other items. Meanwhile, authorities are launching cleanup and rescue services, with the fire department having rescued 145 people as of Wednesday. About 2,800 structures, including houses and shops, have been damaged. According to the safety ministry, most of these have been repaired.
So the Lord, He's showing with His public condemnation, right? He's showing He's not for these people, man. Right? And He's nor is He for 2/3 of His own people. He's not for these places. No one is next to rule but the Israelites. One that was never thought of have worn the crown. Right? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians in on this truth. Right? Betting with the Lord. All right? So these people don't got anything coming, but slavery. All right? And being rehabilitated.
The South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol will preside over a meeting at 10 a.m. on Wednesday to discuss the damage and countermeasures against flooding. The government and the ruling People Power Party are also expected to hold an emergency meeting to discuss fiscal support for damage recovery. This is the latest evidence regarding how climate change has made extreme weather events more common. We on now.
All right, let's get the next one. So they said this is the heaviest rainfall in Seoul in 115 years. Right? Heaviest rainfall in 115 years. Flood Seoul.
On Monday, torrential rain flooded the country's capital, Seoul. More than 10 people died, 7 went missing. That was the worst spell of rain in a century in this country. Seoul hasn't seen...
See? Seoul was deluged. By 3.9. Man, you can't make this up, man. Deluge or deluge. Deluge comes from the word storm, which is going back to YAHAWAH, as he said, man. YAHAWAH said he was going to visit the world with storm, man. Right? And this is in the NLT. I, the Lord Yahweh of heaven's armies, will act for you with thunder and earthquake and great noise, with whirlwind and storm and consuming fire. So the Lord, He's actually doing this in our favor. That's what He's doing this for. And it tells us that in Psalms, the 12th chapter, I believe, right? It goes into that. So He's condemning all these people that had a part in our downfall and are currently having a part in our downfall and the wickedness that's, on the earth. So the Lord is, He requires that which is past. So all of this is the Lord rising now for His people, for the Israelites. That's what all this is happening for in all these places. The Lord is pissed, man. That's what's that? Isaiah the 34th chapter. See if I can grab this real quick. Yeah. When you go to Psalms to back that up, go to the book of Psalms in the 12th chapter. That's exactly what's going on, man. Yep. Lord getting everybody, man. He not playing. Grab that real quick. Salakia. Psalms. I don't know why it's not popping up. All right, Psalms 12:1. Help for the godly man. It says, help Yahweh for the godly man ceases. For the faithful fail from among the children of men. Right. We are all these places being oppressed. You got Israelites there that's being oppressed. It says they speak vanity, everyone with his neighbor, with flattering lips, and with a double heart do they speak. The Lord Yahawah, Bashmal Shai, shall cut off all flattering lips. That's why he hitting all these places. And the tongue that speaketh proud things. And the source of all of this is the proud man himself, Esau, the so-called white man, which is why all this is happening during his watch, during his reign, because his world is written to end. Everything in his world and everybody that's living off his world is going to end with all these places that's set up and everything. So it makes sense. It says, who have said, with our tongue we will prevail, right, through lying, building, a city through lies and iniquity, right? And by blood, it says our lips are our own, right? Thinking that pretty much because the Lord is not over them, that they're God. They can conquer God. Exactly. Who is Lord over us, right? The Gentiles are a law unto themselves. It says for the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, right? And throughout all of that, if we're the people of the Lord, we're serving him, right? We're going to be oppressed by default because they're against the Lord. So they're going to have to be against anybody that's for the Lord or from the Lord. So this is why we're oppressed by default in all these places, because these places don't push the Lord. They don't push YAHAWAH, Shemiah, Shah, got the ways of the Bible. The Israelites being on top, right? Because through pushing the Bible, you have to push in its truth and in its entirety. You have to push us being on top, the Israelites. So you don't even hear about that. So thus we're oppressed, and we think we're all these other things they call us. So for the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, those of us that notice, now will I arise, said the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. So there it is. So the Lord is taking all these places down, man. Right? And we do well that we take heed, and that's according to this word. And we do well that we take heed unto this word. Right? As unto a light that shineth in the dark place. Why? Because the words of the Lord are pure, verse 6, are pure words. As silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times. Right? Everything the Lord said he was going to do, he did, and he's doing now, and he's about to do. The rest that he ain't even started to do yet. It says, thou shalt keep them, right? Oh, Yahawah, this is why we trust in it, right? Oh, Yahawah, he's not a man that he should lie, remember? He proving it. Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahushua is proving this. All right? So when we come back to Psalms 12, closing that out, it says what? Thou shalt keep them, O Yahawah Ba'ashim Yahushua. Thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. So that's why it's destruction everywhere. It's confusion in all places because you got Esau ruling, and he's a man that, according to Psalms, the 50th chapter, that how it goes, it says Psalms 50 and 16, but unto the wicked, I'm going to start at 18 straight to the point. It says, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy tongue to evil, and givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Yeah, Israel, Jacob, Esau. That's what Esau is doing, the so-called white man. To the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians scattered abroad. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son. Right. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thought I was the altogether such a one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thee. Exactly. Now consider this, ye that forget that forget God, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. So the Lord, he's about to destroy this place. He's destroying the so-called white man. But the point is, the so-called white man, he calls evil good. So the point I got was in 18, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and has been partaker with adulterers. So he's taking him down, and he's taking all these people that's ruling with him down, because they're all wicked. That's who's ruling. All right. Kind of lost my point, but you should have heard it. But I'm gonna hit play on this.
Such a downpour in 115 years. The outcome was equally unprecedented. The rain knocked out power grids. flooded the metro system, even triggered landslides.
The Lord is knocking down power grids for his people, man. He's literally keeping his word, you know? He's literally keeping his word. That's why we just got to stay down. When you read Psalms, the 12th chapter, Slakia, not Psalms, the 12th chapter. Yeah. As it said, David, that's to the human comfort. That's the house of David, craves the help of the Heavenly Father. All right. So when you go to Psalms 50 and we jump down to 23, whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright will I shew the salvation of God. And he's showing us the salvation. Because one form of the salvation is destroying the ones we need to be saved from, the places we need to be saved out of, taken out of. We're seeing the first part of it, man. He said, now will I arise. And this is how he said he was going to arise. This is how he said he was going to help us. Right? Going back to Isaiah 29 and 6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord, YAHAWAH of hosts, right? With earthquake and great noise, with tempest and the flaming devouring fire, right? And we know this is him talking about him helping us because you read the next verse. In the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, which is another word for Israel, right? Even all that fight against her and her munition, which goes into lion, right? It says even Slakia and her munition, and that distress her shall be as a dream of a night vision, as the Lord said he was going to do to Esau. See that? And when you go back to this in that other translation, it just makes it clear. So that's basically the point. I got a few more scriptures, and that'll be it, man. All right. Isaiah 29 and the 6th verse. It was in the... No, let me get it. Let me do this. Let me do this. Isaiah 29. Get that translation. That was fire. Not that one. Yep, in the NLT. YAHAWAH of heaven's armies will act for you with thunder and earthquake and great noise, with whirlwind and storm and consuming fire. The Lord's not a man that he shall lie, so we seeing all this. This is him acting for us. See that? He's doing it. Storm going into what? A damn deluge or deluge, man. Which is a heavy fall of rain or a severe flood.
The images are
We about to put all these people under our feet, man. We about to break these people.
the voices even more so. Here's a report.
Luxury stores and vehicles covered in dirt. Right. That goes into that's prophecy. You know? Because the Lord said what? In Isaiah the 13th chapter, I don't gotta get it. That he was going to what? Punish this world with he was gonna bring down the proud, you know, the just these proud people, man. He said he was gonna bring them down. Let me see. So make sure. Let's see. Let's go here. The judgment of Babylon. Let's jump down. It's in the ESV. So you jump to the point, verse 11. I will punish the world. Whose world is this? Esau's world, for its evil, and the wicked, Esau himself, the so-called white man, for their iniquity. I'll put an end to the pomp of the arrogant and lay low the pompous ride of the ruthless. See that? And that's exactly what we're seeing when you hear about you know, luxury stores and vehicles covered in dirt, man. Because pomp goes into being proud, right? These people, you know, he said he's going to punish this world for its evil in the NLT. YAHAWAH will punish the world for its evil and the wicked for their sin. I will crush the arrogance of the proud and humble the pride of the mighty, right? These people that own these stores, they got all this money. You know, they own the Gucci stores and these different designer stores, and they're the makers and manufacturers of these different world-renowned cars and vehicles and whatnot. He's destroying all that because his people that's above all that is being oppressed by these people. And in all these places where these people are able to have, these heathen are able to have the case for them, right? Remember the world upside down, he's turning the right side back up again.
These images are from Seoul, the capital of South Korea. The man you see is the country's president, Yoon Suk-yeol. On Tuesday afternoon, he was seen touring the capital, personally taking stock of the flood-hit areas. The images are unusual, especially for a city like Seoul, which is known for its stellar drainage system. But it seems to have failed before torrential rain. On Monday, this city was deluged by a record 3.9 inches of rain. It knocked out power grids, flooded the metro system, damaged numerous homes, and submerged
This is our power, man. YAHAWAH Bashmi Al-Shah. Man.
Vehicles. To the residents of Seoul, it seemed like a scene out of Titanic.
I couldn't believe that I was trapped in a building with 40 other people in the middle of Gangnam district due to floods. It reminds me of Titanic. I was so scared.
This was the heaviest rainfall in over 115 years. It damaged over 570 homes, temporarily displaced over 1,400 people, claimed the lives of 10 people, with 7 people still missing. 3 of those who died were found trapped in a banja, a semi-underground home. It is a common structure in this city of 10 million people. The scenes from the site bear an uncomfortable similarity to a semi-basement flat depicted in the Oscar-winning South Korean film Parasite. It also serves as a reminder of.
So this is the capital of was it South Korea, right? So when you come here to Isaiah in the 42nd chapter, right? Jump down. Then what I'll do is get this pulled up. 42 and let's get it 11. All right. So we're gonna start at let's see. We're gonna start at 10. It says, you know what? I'm gonna start at 9. But it says shit, let's start at 5. Thus saith YAHAWAH, God, the Lord of hosts, the God, Salakia. Thus saith God, YAHAWAH, he that created the heavens and stretched them out, he that spread forth the earth and that which cometh out of it, he that giveth breath unto the people upon it, and spirit to them that walk therein. I, YAHAWAH, have called thee in righteousness, us Israelites, and will hold thine hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison house, right, which is his people, you know, cast in the prison houses, hid, robbed, spoiled, right, in all these different places. You got them Russia holding Brittany Griner. And she an Israelite. They can't do that. They don't got they're not over us. Everything is out of order. Right? It says, I am YAHAWAH, that is my name, and that's not judgment. That's not the judgment she's supposed to get for what she did. So these heathens they just out of order, they out of place. And they're gonna get put back in place. And that's why the Lord's taking all these places that they're out of place in and have out of place down. This is why he's destroying them. Right? I am YAHAWAH. That is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. This is the point. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. The Heavenly Father told us he was going to do this. He was going to visit us. He was going to act for us. He was going to help us. He was going to raise up for us in the form of storms, floods, deluges, right? Taking these cities down, right? Oppressing us, troubling them that trouble us. It says, sing unto the Lord YAHAWAH, Bashmial Shai, a new song, and his praise from the end of the earth, right, which we have been scattered to, according to Deuteronomy 4:27, according to Deuteronomy 4 and what's that, 64? It's like Deuteronomy 28:64, and Deuteronomy 4:27, James 1:1, right? Isaiah the 60th chapter. All these chapters, right? It says ye that go down to the sea and all that is therein, the isles, because we're on the islands, and the inhabitants thereof. See that? This the point. Let the wilderness, the places that's messed up, and the cities thereof lift up their voice. Because he said he's going to bring down, which is this how we know he's against, which is why he's bringing down the capital of a place that got luxury stores, etc., which is soul. So you can't make this up. The Lord's not for these people. He's for the lowly. He's for us, the Israelites. We're cursed in all the cities, right? Meaning that the parts of the city, these cities we live in, right, are like wildernesses, man. Right? So let the wildernesses and the cities thereof lift up their voice. Right, going into Psalms 149. Let the saints sing aloud on their bed, and lift up their voice, with a two-edged sword, paraphrasing, to bound their kings with fangs and fetters and chains, and execute the judgment that's written, paraphrasing. This honor have all ye his saints, which is the Israelites, those that have made the covenant, made a covenant with the Heavenly Father, right? So this, moving on, it says, now to tell you that Deuteronomy 5, and I believe Deuteronomy the 14th chapter, in like the first verse and the second verse, but it says, read no, I believe. But anyway, it says, as far as the 14th chapter goes, it says the villages that Kedar do inhabit. Like, yeah, going into the dark skin. See that? See that? But anyway, ain't about, but that goes into Judah, right? Because it says Judah mourneth. They are black unto the ground. You go into that word black, it's Kedar. And Kedar is Quadar in the Hebrew, which means dark skin. See that? Solomon said this too. Let the inhabitants of the rock sing. Let them shout. Right. Those that flee to the Heavenly Father for a refuge, that hear his words and take heed and do them, which are likened unto those that have built their house upon a rock. See that? That trust in YAHAWAH, our rock, and don't stumble in YAHAWAH, meaning don't stumble at this word, don't get offended at this word, right? Don't say the Lord is a liar. Don't say he forgot, but actually trust in the word. See that? And don't make him a rock of offense to themselves. Those are the ones he's talking to. Let them shout from the top of the mountains. Let them give glory unto YAHAWAH and declare his praise in the islands. It says, for the Lord YAHAWAH shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. It says, I have long time holding my peace. I have been still. I have refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. So the Lord, this is exactly what he's doing right now, you know, for us.
Of the growing social disparity in Asia's fourth largest economy. But
see, in Asia's fourth largest economy. This is the fourth largest economy in Asia. That's crazy. You know how big Asia is? It's the fourth largest economy in Asia. The Lord is translating the kingdom, man. Right? Which the damn, Moabites and Ammonites, they don't have, but nonetheless, they have a part in ruling with Esau. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out. Spirit got me rolling, man. I'll be here all day. Right? You go to Asia. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. All right. So here go Asia. Look how big Asia is on the map, man. All right. That's Asia. All this. But let's pull it up. In its actuality. Basically, all of what's China is Asia. I don't know why they got this looking like this. You gotta go look this up yourself. But yeah, the Lord. He's taking out the fourth largest economy in Asia. As he said he was gonna touch Asia, man. The fourth largest, man. Can't make this up. Try to find one more. Because this thing's not being... I've never even seen a map do this. This is Satan. He don't want nobody to know this. How clear it is. The Lord clearly working on our behalf, man. Asia map. So all of that. Asia. See that? Asia. All of this. All this is Asia. All of that. Asia. See that? And he took out the number one place, the fourth largest economy in all Asia, which is in South Korea, which is right here, underneath Japan. Or you see Japan in red at. All right? The fourth, So now, what I want to do, through the Spirit, because there's some discrepancies obviously, because they want to say is which continent. Basically, they want to say all that's Asia, right? But that would include Russia. So Russia is supposed to be Europe, but it just depends. It's Russia and Europe or Asia, which continent? See that? But if it was, if it was included, if you did include Russia and Asia as part of Asia, wow, the Lord is not playing. So this is a good map right here. So all that. Asia is one of the continents, man. The fourth largest economy on one of the Earth's, was it 8 continents? 7 continents. Yeah, 7 continents. Salakia, man. Yeah, it's 7 continents. Yeah, 7 continents. All right. But anyway, so that's that, man. Call YAHAWAH, be outside.
The deluge did not even spare the rich.
Woo!
The deluge did not even spare the rich. The worst hit area.
Lord said he was going to get him. He said, a man's riches the prophet not in the day of wrath. You people marked to come down. His people marked to come up. We're marked to come up.
Gangnam district.
We got that mark. We marked to be exempted from all of this because we sigh and cry for all the abomination that go on in the midst of Jerusalem thereof. But you got a majority of our people who don't, so they're gonna die with this world.
And most glitzy part of the city, home to the largest Korean brands and companies. Right now, it is lying in disarray, covered in dirt. There are damaged BMWs on walkways. Water is being pumped out from luxury stores. As underpasses remain submerged in water. The residents of this district say they have never seen anything like it before.
I live nearby, and this is my first time seeing these damaged vehicles on the street. So I'm a bit shocked, and I hope that the damage would be recovered well.
See, these heathens don't know nothing about YAHAWAH Bashim Yahushai.
Officials say it would take around 10 days to fix the damages. They have dispatched over 500 soldiers for recovery. What do they have to say about the cause of the deluge? The president is holding
it's a deluge.
Change accountable.
Those storms.
He says the country's disaster management department will have to adapt to such abnormal weather conditions.
이번 집중호우는
The intensive heavy rain.
You can't adapt to the Lord. It said, "A mighty Lord shall roar thoroughly. Who shall not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord not done it?" You know, say He's gonna come and these people are gonna be beat and powder at His presence, right? See, that's what you dumb people don't realize. You know, you damn heathens that want to follow the so-called white man, right? This is verse 5. It says, or 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city? Amos 3 and 5, or 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and YAHAWAH, Bahashem Yahushai, hath not done it? See that? So they don't understand this, man. Surely the Lord will do nothing, but He revealeth His secret unto His servants, the prophets. So Yahushai up there calling these hits, you know, and completing these things, man. You know, we know what's going on. So He's getting you people in these different ways that He said He will meet you, right?
We see now that broke the record for early precipitation in Korea's meteorological history is believed to be due to abnormal weather conditions caused by climate change. The government should review the current disaster management.
You know, YAHAWAH Bashim Yahushai taking y'all down and getting ready to put us up and put y'all in chains under us, right? To be rehabilitated, you know. What as the so-called white man goes down simultaneously with y'all, and he goes through 1,000 years of, you know, getting his recompense back from us, and he gonna be eradicated. Then y'all gonna learn righteousness.
System from scratch, taking into account these abnormal weather conditions caused by climate change.
Y'all gonna learn. Y'all was sent off the whole time talking about climate change. It was caused through this. Y'all gonna really realize this once y'all completely destroyed and y'all under our hands and y'all forced to learn from us. Then you're gonna be like, oh, we was tripping.
현재의 재난관리 체계를
So I'm gonna just move on. I want to keep this simple.
Hi, I'm Alex Scholl.
So they said this was a scene out of the Titanic, man. All right. So yeah, call halam like how about me all shah. So let me go ahead and wrap this up. All right.
Breaking rains and flooding has risen to 11, with 8 more people still missing. As Seoul struggles to clean up after the deluge, authorities are planning to phase out underground and semi-underground houses, the dwellings that came to symbolize inequality in the Oscar-winning film Parasite, the fictional portrayal of the dingy, squarely homes. is an everyday reality for thousands of ordinary Koreans, and the historic rainfall has laid bare the deep social disparity in the country.
In the South Korean capital, clean-up efforts after this week's deadly floods are underway. For 50-year-old Shillong resident Ha Sik, that means bailing out water at his lower ground floor apartment using a plastic bowl. His situation...
So yeah, these people finished. Now this also happened in the the flooding been going on in other places too. Like it happened in Vegas a couple weeks ago. I did a report on that, and it happened again. Which Vegas will be the fulfilling. This happening in Vegas, the storm, the Lord visiting, acting for us, rising up for us here in America. Upon which through as he said he would, which is in the form of storms and stuff like that, flooding, which is being seen, was seen 2 weeks ago in Vegas, and now again in Vegas, which is known as the city of Lost, Sin City, right? That's him fulfilling 2nd Ezra's 16:1 as well, the Babylon part. So not just Asia, but Babylon. So the Lord's not a man that he shall lie. So as you see, it says Las Vegas slammed with another major flash flood as vehicles thread through water. Look at that, man. All right. So yeah, that's basically it. Let me go ahead and hit my last scriptures and get up off here. So this is 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm going to start at 11. I'm going to start at 8. It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Right? Starting with verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia, America, and, Asia, right? The Western Hemisphere and the Eastern Hemisphere. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria, the Middle East. Right, jumping to 8, it says the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, which is the woe that's gonna come unto you, which is these storms, these earthquakes, these different natural disasters you like to call them, to the point they're actually labeled cataclysm, which is basically you revealing that it's an act of God, right? The prophecy is being fulfilled. So it says, and who is he that can drive them away? I'm gonna jump to the point. Verse 10, he shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. So there's no cleaning up after the Lord visits, and he's about to completely reveal he visiting. Once this place completely thrown down, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep. See that? And the waves of it are troubled. And the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power. So that's exactly what's happening, man. The seas rising up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. Right? So the waters is out of control. They being displaced, dislodged. They being put all over the place, man. Now, I'm going to get one more. I'm going to get a specific one. All right. This is Psalms 46, and I'll close here. Well. All right, Psalms 46 tells us this in the 3rd verse. It says, verse 2, therefore we will not, I'm going to jump down. Got to do this right. Try to keep it under an hour, but it's all good. It says, verse 3, though the waters, exactly, I'm going to start at 1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled. See, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled. That's manifold. So physical waters and obviously the spiritual ones more so, right? These people. But the waters here is roaring, and they're troubled. A troubled sea. that's all over the place. It's destroying stuff, right? It's powerful. There's a tempest. It says, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof. See that? That's what's going on, man. Right? There is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of tabernacles of the Most High. So these rivers, they being dislodged. These cities that was once sidewalks is turning into places where rivers are now at, basically. It's crazy, man. Verse 6, the heathen raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Salah, come and behold. Come, behold the works of YAHAWAH. Ba'ashem YAHAWAH, what desolations he had made in the earth. See, the Lord is not playing, man. So this is all YAHAWAH Ba'ashem YAHAWAH. Verse 10, it says, be still and know that I am God, power. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. YAHAWAH Ba'ashem YAHAWAH of hosts is with us. Is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Call halam la YAHAWAH Ba'ashem YAHAWAH Waharakah Dash. Lord, when you've been edified. Till next time, shalom.